What's going on YouTube? We're back at another video on the Etheria Restart. We're going to be going over the best units, bring it against Doki Doki. Obviously, we're on Pride Win and they have their own tier list. You know, obviously if you see any characters here that you have, you could obviously use them to defeat Doki Doki. But I want to go over characters that I know a bit more about and that I have personally used that I know works. You know, after a day, I'm already on... I'm about to do Nightmare 1. So I think after a day being that far... Free to play, by the way. It's not like I'm spending money on the beta, of course, you know, because I know they gets wiped and I know they have a rebate system, but you know, we're free to play over here. So I do feel like I have a good idea on what type of units you want to bring to the fight. As I said, if you got any of the units here that are tier 1 and above, obviously they are characters you can use. But I'm gonna go over the ones I've used. We're gonna go over some 4 stars first. I would say this guy is an MVP for me on this beta. I didn't know about him. I think he's new. I'm pretty sure he is. He's just pretty much insane in anything, man, because his simple debuffs and delays are just crazy, and if you do it right, your team could basically attack twice before the enemy does. So I know something like that in PvP is probably gonna go crazy too. But yeah, man, I feel like he's just good in everything, man. He's definitely a good ass character. So if you manage to pull him or you have him, definitely level him up for sure. Another one is gonna be my boy Gray. Number 1, he's free, so he's just a really good unit to level up. Plus, you know, for other units, DPS units that could go off crit and stuff, he's gonna help them because he does give a crit rate buff. So he's gonna help your DPS do more DPS. So that's what ends up making him a hybrid, because he will do his own little damage, but he also support and, you know, buff your stronger units. Obviously, we got the boy Kraken here as well. I think he's rated up on one of the banners. Really good against Doki Doki and on PvP. I've been using him in both as well, so I could really vouch he is pretty good in PvP because of the freeze and stuff. And obviously for Doki Doki, the freeze, the crowd control, the debuff, delay. And because, you know, it's kind of, I mean, there's always like 4 or 5 enemies on the first and second wave, so him being able to hit everyone and, you know, freeze them and, you know, allow your team not to get hit, you know, and make the enemies miss turns and stuff like that, he just ends up being insanely really good in this fight. Same with my boy Obo as well. He's actually pretty good as well, man. You know, it was kind of funny, but yeah, he's actually pretty good, man. His DOT is pretty good, his crowd control, and he also has a dispel as well, which is pretty nice. He's definitely a good ass character for Doki Doki. Another one I want to get into is Chaki the Echo. Chaki the Echo is definitely another good character as well. She's one of those 4 stars that are really 5 stars. She's just insane with the buff, cleanse, and advance. But yeah, for me, it's been hard to get her because I've actually managed to get Freya 3 times on the banner, and I still haven't got Chiaki, even though she's rated up her damn self too. So it's kind of insane, but she's really good if you do get her. Definitely a good unit to use. And obviously Sanya as the healer is going to be good enough. Like, honestly, she's just good enough, simple as that. Kazuyo's over here as well. She's pretty good. I think she has a crowd control as well. She's okay. I just feel like there's better 4 stars you could bring, but she is solid to bring in this fight, of course, as you can see from the tier. But there's a lot of other units I'll bring before her. You know, I'm definitely bringing these 2 before her, Kraken and Obo, or Kraken and Unk, I should say. I would probably bring Marvel before her as well. I'll probably take Grey before her. That's just me personally, but she is pretty good, man, especially if you got the effect hit accuracy or whatever it's called up. She's gonna be able to do a ton of sleep, you know, so she is good, you know what I'm saying, because of the slumber. She is pretty nice. I just remembered about that. She is pretty nice, but you just have to have that effect hit, you know. And when it comes to the 5 stars, as you can see here, it's pretty self-explanatory. These 2 units here are pretty much cracked in near enough everything. Lily is she's just a good ass character, bro. Okay, man. There's nothing ready to go that deep into. Obviously Heinrich is good in everything. Crazy DPS hybrid. He also has the dispel and debuff as well. Then over here we have this chick. Okay, she's her as well. We have her, my boy Messiah, I could vouch for. Insanely good, man, especially when, you know, there's a lot of enemies on the field because of his cleave. And when it comes to healers, obviously you got Tiamat, who I'm pretty sure everyone knows about, man. Just pretty much insane. Hey, it says tier 5 against Terramoton, but trust me, you could take her there if you want. Another one you got is Ling Lo, who is free after 7 days, but as you can see, she's an amazing healer and everything. So if you do have those 5-star characters, you could definitely just level them up and use them instead. We got Valerian over here too. We got the boy Rahu. Obviously Freya, she's just a really good support and everything. Obviously Doki Doki as well. Borgia is another good unit as well. I've been using him personally. He's actually the character I chose for my guarantee, just because he looked cool. I didn't know if he was actually good or anything. He just looked pretty cool. but as you can see, he's highly rated. I used him against Doki Doki. He's pretty good, man. His dispel with his ult is pretty nice. His damage is also pretty good too, and also he has lifesteal as well, which I feel like they should have added here so people know. But he does have lifesteal off his basic attack, his normal attack. He sustains himself pretty well, which is another bonus for him. There is one downside with him: he can't crit at all. Like he's just straight attack. So you just put attack bonuses, attack on him. Okay, he can't crit. So you know, definitely don't use him with Gray, I would say, because then you're just, I mean, you could and you still could, you know, beat the boss, but like Gray does give the crit rate up. He can't crit at all, so it doesn't matter how much crit you give him, he just can't crit at all. He's not allowed to, bro. So he's just straight attack. So that is the downside of him, I guess you could say, you know, just in case you're running a comp where, you know, you have a unit buffing up crit rate or crit damage, you know, he's not going to be able to benefit off that. He's just pure attack. But hey, if there's units that, you know, boost attack and stuff and just straight up do defense down, obviously he's going to eat. But yeah, I would definitely say there's a lot less top tier units that you could bring against Doki Doki compared to Terramoton over here, as you could just clearly see, you know what I'm saying. But then again, you're getting to see tier 1, but look, there's hardly any tier 1 units. But you can bring a lot of 4 stars and, you know, wipe the floor with it. So I think that's why they might be a bit less units, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, over here you can bring a lot of units, but as you can see, there's a lot of 5 stars. There are a fair amount of 4 stars, to be fair, you know. But Doki Doki, you could see, you know, tier 0, tier 0.5, how many 4 stars there are. But yeah, Doki Doki should be the one you probably struggle less on. If you're struggling, you're probably struggling on wave 2. Wave 2, she does give like attack bonuses to the her allies, our enemies, you know what I'm saying. So having someone that could maybe dispel or just slow them down, you know, take away the buff basically, then you'll be pretty much fine. You know, your gear and stuff should be good enough to the point where you're not just straight up dying, you know. And hey, if you are still struggling, just make sure you're leveling up your gear and your shell, your weapon basically, right? Because those are going to give you added bonuses, plus, you know, flat stats and, you know, as I said, bonuses too. But look, that's going to be it for the Doki Doki boss, man. A lot of units, man, that you could bring up. Her one, I would say, you know, as long as you got that 1 or 2 DPS units that could do AoE, you're pretty much gonna cook. And hey, if you don't have those AoE DPS units, man, hey, bring in my boy Marvel with Kraken and Obo Unk could definitely work, you know what I'm saying. Might not be the quickest thing, but it can definitely work for sure. You know, there's no reason why a Gray with Obo, I mean with Kraken, then you could throw one of these 3 in, you know what I'm saying. Then that's 3 units, then 1 support units and 1 sustain unit. There's no reason why something like that can't work. But look, that's gonna be it for me. Like, subscribe, run up. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Alright, I'm out.